Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Here today showing you how to replace the rear shocks or a rear shock on a 2013 Ford Explorer. This should be a pretty easy job to do. You do have to remove the sway bar end link in order to get the bolt out, but aside from that, it's pretty easy. Obviously this is the shock here we're going to be replacing. It's you do have to go inside and loosen the top mount up, but the lower mount here is just this one little bolt right here, which is an 18 millimeter. In order to slide it out though, you do have to remove this end link right here, and you can do that with holding it with a 15 millimeter here, and then you will have to hold this center portion with a 7 millimeter socket. So you'll have to, counter hold and loosen them up. Same with this down here. This one you don't have to remove completely, you just have to loosen this side. This side you do have to remove completely so you can get the bolts out. So let's go on ahead and get working at this. So you see, just remove that out like that, and that will allow you to take this here 18 millimeter bolt out of the bottom of the shock. All right, we got the bottom bolt is out and loose. Now let's just move it to the inside and get the top mounting bolt off. All right, so in the back of the vehicle, you notice on the left side or driver's side, there's a speaker here and a little cubby. In here is where you'll need to access the top bolt. There is a cover. I know I have a little wrench set up right now. That's just so I can show you how it needs to look. But there is a cover right here that you need to remove. And it does have a little provision there. You can just stick a flathead screwdriver down into there and pry it out and remove the cover. Pretty easy. And then if you look down inside, there'll be a bolt. And you can see it's also an 18 millimeter. I'm holding it with the wrench that I have in there. This is an offset 18 millimeter wrench, box-in wrench. That's super helpful for this job. There's probably a special tool for this, but I don't have it. But anyway, I'm holding it with the wrench on one side, and then it's the same situation as down before with the sway bar end link, where you'll need to counter hold it with a 8 millimeter socket. So that's what my socket is. That's why this deal here is so long sticking out. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen and remove that, and I should be good to go there. On the other side of the car, if you're working on the other side, same cubby, has a little cover in here, and you have to remove the little plastic shield, and then you can go on ahead and remove the shock. All right, I went on ahead and loosened and removed the nut that's up top holding the shock in place, so you can see the shock is all loose now. However, in order to get it out of here, you see you can't get it past this here little flange, so you're just gonna have to do your best to maneuver it around that and go ahead and get it out of there. Alright, got the old one out. You do have to pull down on the shock as you get it out, because it does have this bushing here that has little clips on it that are designed to keep this bushing up into the car. So if for some reason when you pull the shock out and this rubber piece doesn't come out, just look up into the car and I guarantee it's still stuck into the body. It's easy to just pull it out of there because the new one will come with one. As you can see, the new one is here and has a new rubber bushing, and obviously it's nice and shiny and clean now. This right here is a part number for these shocks right here, in case you guys wanted to look. ASH-24546. You have to verify that with your VIN number to make sure this is actually the right part for your car, because there are many different trim levels of this car, four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, and so that could matter. So this is the particular shock that the customer brought me for this car, and so I'm going to go ahead and install these now, pretty much by sticking it back up in there the same way. Then you'll go on ahead and tighten up the nut that was up here on top, and go on ahead and tighten the bolt down on the bottom as well. So I'm not going to show you guys how to stuff it all back up in there, because obviously if you got it out, you should be able to get it back in there. But yeah, I'll definitely get back to you here in a moment. All right, new shock is installed, top is all tight. I put the cover back on already. I went on ahead and got the bolt installed, the lower mounting bolt here. You will have to use your floor jack up underneath the control arm here to kind of lift this up to get the bolt holes to line up. But aside from that, everything went pretty smooth. Last thing you'll need to do is to reinstall this sway bar end link back into the hole it belongs, just like so, and then kind of get that in there and tighten that bolt up, and you'll be good to go. Not going to show you guys how to do that. So yeah, that'll be it. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. If it's your first time to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I do also have a video showing how to replace the front shocks on this same type of vehicle, so definitely check out the channel, and definitely hit the subscribe button on your way out. I'll see you guys on the next video.